Good afternoon, everyone. This is Jared Rand, and welcome to the Global Guided Meditation Call for Monday, March 21st, 2022, a little after 3 p.m. Eastern. And we're moving into spring on the planet. Well, I would say here in the U.S. Lots of things happening. When our true power only comes from deep inner peace. And this peaceful state is discovered through relinquishing all efforting. Relinquishing all efforting. Peacefulness will find you when you choose to relax deeper inside than this busy mind. Just relax. This is an infinite journey that we're all on. So there is no way to fail. We will always get another chance in this lifetime, or the next one, or the next one. So let go of all this insane pressure that you have put on yourselves, okay? Chill out and realize that inner peace can happen right now, this very moment, by slowing your life to be exactly as it is and allowing it to be exactly as it is. There's been a lot of information throughout the years about Akashic Records. A new type of thinking is essential if mankind is to survive and move on to higher levels. The thinking on this planet is going to change massively. And I don't mean overnight, but it will be progressive. How we learn, what we experience. Question comes up a lot, what are the Akashic Records? The words Akashic Records come from the 5,000-year-old Sanskrit word Akasha, which means space. The Akashic Records are the hidden library in space, a database of unlimited information which can be revealed by diving into the subconscious mind in a deep state of meditation. The Akashic Records may be better understood by our modern world as a type of astral internet, universal wide web, or the mind of God. It is free from information that anyone can access whenever they need it at any time. It is free information that anyone can access whenever they need it at any time. Everybody who ever existed in the world, who lived and died, have contributed to the information that is contained within the Akashic Records. Our thoughts, experiences, and actions were never private or owned by us. They are part of the global mind, energetic body, and consciousness. People who have accessed the Akashic Records, like Nostradamus, Quetzalcoatl, Rudolf Steiner, Mary Baker Eddy, Emanuel Swedenborg, and Casey. These beings were, past tense, were all normal human beings like you and me. Yet they decided to work this inner muscle and focus the direction of their mind in a way that was multidimensional. They had a hunger to find a vast source of knowledge with the consciousness that was given freely to them. Throughout time, many have believed the Akashic Records were the doorway to magic, mystery, and even great occult powers. However, in the information age that we live today, it may just be one of the important discoveries of our time. The individual life purpose of each person, their destiny in love, relationship, finances, health, career are found in these records. The deepest secrets of humankind can be instantly revealed once the Akashic Records are open. There's truly nothing that cannot be discovered. There exists limitless opportunities in every industry, Where there is an open mind, there will always be a new frontier. Charles Keeler. It's important to know that everybody has the inherent ability to access the Akashic Records. And your personal records can be accessed by you or anyone else who knows how to read them correctly. This informational superhighway is always open and free for all to explore. Yet, like a muscle that needs exercise and training, it may not work at its optimum level on the first attempt. It can take several years of meditation before one is able to stumble into their first glimpse. So it just depends. You can stumble into it. Some people have experienced multidimensional hall of records which blasted through them and downloaded into them thousands of past lives. This brief insight was one of the most life-changing experiences and is of anybody that experiences it. The ability to explore these hidden ancient records that are buried within our subconscious is one of the most freeing, healing, and completely natural spiritual inner experiences a person can experience. Being capable of knowing the intimate information in your own Akashic record is a priceless gift you can learn to develop and use daily. All that is required is deep relaxation, a vigilant focus, an open mind, trusting heart, the willingness to explore the unknown. When you come to know the multidimensional being that you are, this divine condensed database of information can come flooding into your mind in seconds. Don't allow your belief to be suppressed by the intellect's demand for proof. Don't wait for proof. Believe and then allow the truth to manifest, Emmanuel. So how do the records actually work? Which is another question posed. Basically, it's the same way a Wi-Fi signal from a smartphone or laptop can dial into the right frequency and website to instantly download the images, words, and sounds from that channel. When your inner tower is sensitively attuned, your antenna is up. You can pick up the information from any Akashic channel you want to tune into. Every being in the universe acts like a broadcasting tower of information, constantly emitting information to the Akashic field. All that is needed is to learn how to relax into it and drop into a calm theta frequency, 4 to 8 cycles per second. This frequency will allow you to reach the Akashic Records. Now, there's 4 vital secrets that will assist you, any of us, in discovering how to read and discover the information in the Akashic Records. The first is to accessing the Akashic Records is to learning to relax. We need a relaxed body and conscious mind. The most expansive awareness and vigilant focus is absolutely necessary to stay present to viewing your records, or anyone's records for that matter. This is the only way you can be present enough to retrieve the correct information without being distracted by the creative output of a normal scattering mind. The more you can remain relaxed and aware, the more information you can retrieve, recall, and remember. The second secret is accessing the Akashic Records is believing that it's possible to access any information in the entire universe. This is a step-by-step process of stepping into whole new horizons. So this is slowly but surely giving us the opportunity that anything is possible. It's the great secret here. We are all deeply connected on a subatomic level, as quantum physicists have proven. Thus, scientifically, we have access to this infinite database of information. Sometimes, however, if it's too big of a jump to believe in something that we have no proof of, we must take baby steps in the direction and fake it until we make it. The key here is to stay curious, open-minded, willing to experience yourself as more than what you were told a normal human being was capable of. The third secret to accessing the Akashic Records is perhaps the most challenging one of all, because we generally have a good-bad opinion about what is right and wrong in life and what we like and don't like to experience. There's usually a biased opinion behind the scenes that can skew our perception when viewing our own Akashic Records. Viewing somebody else's records you don't know is easier, as you wouldn't have a strong emotional pull or opinion to disrupt what you see. You simply don't care what you want to see, and you don't want to see. Yet with your own record, your ego may get involved and resist seeing certain images, or creatively invent other fantasy-type images that boost your sense of self-esteem or worthiness. The secret to discerning if you're coming from ego or spirit when viewing a close friend's Akashic record or your own is noticing if there is an emotional pull in a particular direction. Getting past this block can take time. Yet, with practice of listening to the guided meditation, you'll be able to know the difference and discover accurate information about what you see. Fourth secret to accessing your Akashic record is all about surrounding yourself in the most loving, protective, healing, and safe energy that you can imagine. Feeling 100% safe inside is the golden secret to relaxing your body deeply and being capable of going directly into the collective Akashic database and retrieving the information that you're looking for. If you don't feel safe, you may rush through the experience or perhaps not trust the information you're being guided to. Imagining yourself surrounded with a large golden white sphere of impenetrable light will allow your subconscious to open, relax, and receive all the information you'll be looking for. You go through and beneath your emotions and thoughts and notice this consciousness that is here. We are all tightly woven into the universal web of consciousness. The space that is between our thoughts is the doorway into the Akashic Records. When we tap into and open this subconscious connection, we can pull up specific information about any soul's journey in any place or time in history and beyond. Creating a peaceful outer environment, which will help each of us from a patient, open mind and calm inner world. The outer world must be a place where you can feel timeless, so you can easily enter into an extremely deep and meditative mindset. This depth is similar to the life and energy we find in the whales. The profound depths to which these creatures can dive and resurface is similar to how one retrieves information from the Akashic Records. Through consistent meditation, we will learn how to drop our attachment to the clock, feel total timelessness, and quiet our minds enough to hear or see what's inside our personal Akashic record. Each time that we practice diving inside to explore what's in the Akasha, we will improve at this inward journey. And yes, we will get better at it. It's like riding a bike. You may not believe you can do it or be able to balance the first time. Yet with patience, you will reveal more information than the time before. We all have a stronger, more dominant sense than the others. Our gift to receive information from our record may be of sight, hearing, or a certain knowingness in our bodies. There is this certain feeling of being centered and aligned with the universe that we experience when we are correctly attuned to our personal Akashic record. Finding our personal Akashic record is similar to tuning your car stereo to a particular channel or radio frequency. Each soul sends out a specific signature frequency that we can feel is you. And there, the data is being transmitted into your Akashic record. When you are truly open and aligned, you can download lifetimes of information from your soul's journeys in a single second. Another important secret is that to receive such deeply enlightening information from the Akasha, the space, understand the sacredness of space more and more, it cannot be manipulated or forced in any way. The information will come in when you are most relaxed, open, and often in an unusual moment when you least expect it. The deep spiritual insights that we are most needing to know simply happen through us when the body-mind is open, centered, and receptive on what we most need to know. There's nothing to be afraid of in opening up your Akashic records, as they will only reveal the specific details your soul is needing and able to receive at this point in your journey. To be fearless is a tremendously important avenue to take on this inner journey. If there is fear, you may block what you feel, hear, or see. The truth is that the information we are meant to receive is always very healing and always very helpful. We may see a vision of our most enlightened future self that inspires us for decades to come, or understand events from the past that we may need help releasing and clearing. Whatever we discover will take us deeper into our core self, where we will discover the most amazing divine being is already here. Is truth so particular that there is only one gate to heaven? There are no gates. Heaven is inside you. You are not even the gatekeeper. Emmanuel. Experiencing a sacred inner journey into the Akashic Records is an amazing gift to give yourself. Learning how to do this inner journey is something you will be able to experience for the rest of your life. The universe is the greatest learning playground that there is. You might as well learn how to truly enjoy the one inside you, because each of us has a playground and a universe within us. So here's to understand what the Akashic Records are is simply this. It is the one database for all of us. Right? It's no different than going to your computer, except the computer is you and the stored information constantly being updated. So it's not like you have to go somewhere. In other words, like a lot of people, well, you go to the other side and then you can look at all your Akashic records. That's limiting, to say the least. But when we begin to realize, as we see all the things that we journey within and our journey within ourselves, start opening up. How would you like to be able to look at your Akashic records? Space records. Okay. Akasha, space. Records. So it's your existence of existence of existence and all the experiences you've had ever since you have been, which is a lot. So eventually each of us will be able to just go in, file around, right? And you go into the subconscious and you start looking. You say, okay, here's this life, and I'll just review that, and I'll review this one over here. I'm going to review their life over here. I'm going to review their life over here. Because we're all one. And all we're doing is reviewing different aspects and facets of the one. So each Akashic record for each of us is basically many different mini records of the one. And we all have them. Space records, space information. So if you will, go to the place where you're not going to be interrupted. And I'm sure that we all are. And the number one key for every one of us is to relax the bodies we're in, head to toe, inside and out. Let go through the breath. Easy in through the nose, easy out through the mouth. Let go. Everything. All your stresses, all your worries, through the breath. Because once you focus on your breath, you're in the now. And once you're in the now, which is moment to moment, the breath, you still the mind, the ego, and the subconscious mind. You leave them alone. You don't participate with them. You don't engage them. All the thoughts that the ego mind are generating, you aren't interacting with. All the worries, stresses, fears, and anxieties, while you're in the now, do not exist. So we only focus on the moment. So what happens if something just, bam, comes in? You focus on the moment. You keep moving moment to moment. You don't sit there and cogitate on something for long periods of time or worry, stress, and fear about it. You just take it with the flow and you move in the flow. Downstream thinking, the boat without oars, letting the current take you rather than fighting the current upstream. But this is where we relax. This is where we alleviate the body of stress. All the worries, all the fears, all the anxieties, everything that we attract. Because these bodies are like a super magnetic sponge. They absorb everything. Everything that the ego mind can conjure up, the bodies absorb. And they store it all in the subconscious mind. And the subconscious mind replays it. All that mind chatter, it's gone. None of us have it in the now. When you really look at it, being in the now is really the only place to be. And you just practice it over and over again. Being in the now, focusing on the breath, being in the now. Focusing on the breath, being in the now. And before you know it, it'll be automatic. You wander off, because we all do. You know, we wander off because we project out to the universe over 60,000 thoughts a day. We have tens of millions flying by us like clouds in the sky. They're not ours. They're like programs. You might even call them programs. And a lot of the times we kind of grab onto one. We don't do it on purpose. We just, next thing you know, we're somewhere else. And it's imperative that we're gentle, kind, generous, and humble with ourselves. And that we're of the highest high, deepest of the deepest, purest of the purest, purest, eternal gratitude with ourselves, everything around us. And staying in that. And just focusing on the now. So we float off out and we say, I'll focus on my breath and I'll be in the now. 3,000% of the time, which is every time. It's what we're doing is we're eliminating habits of long ago that we keep following to keep us separate, the illusion, separation, from our God selves and going within. And those are habits that we've created for ourselves. And it's an about face. It's no longer out there. It never was out there. It's in here, not out there. So for some of us, it's a little difficult to break that habit and start getting much more embracing with the journey within and all the discoveries that go with it. Now, if you were to look in the body, you would see 7 lights from the tailbone to the top of the head. Now, what are they? The colors are much different than the ones on this planet. They're spirit etheric energy. We are spirit etheric energy, omnipotently powerful. So we flow through the body. We know everything about these bodies all the way down to the quantum quark. Period. All about it. But yet, since we are in the illusion of separation, we just don't go there. We don't believe that exists. And we will eventually, in our inward journey, discover that we are the power of healing these bodies in a blink of the eye. Now picture three paths in front of you. You're standing in the center, which is the now. One on the left is the past, one on the right is the future. You notice as you're reviewing, as you're looking at them, they all pretty much look the same. A canopy of trees have grown over to form a ceiling, and they're shimmering gold, the leaves, the bark, the branches, and the pathway is a very vibrant, bright, emerald green flaming grass. Now you look at the one on the left, the past, and you say, man, that is really worn. A lot of people use that. And the one on the right's the same way, the future. Holy cow, that's really worn. And then you look at the one that you're standing on, the now, and it's like brand new. It's because the ego mind runs most of us. And it will not go into the now, because it knows that if it goes into the now, it won't exist. That's why the past and the future are always so worn, because we're guided by the ego mind to either go into the past and the future or bounce back and forth like a rubber ball. In the future for a moment, and in the past to the future, future to the past, so on and so forth. Now, we all do go into the past, kind of fun at times, because we reminisce, we have nostalgia, memories, and times that we experienced that were really fun. So we go into our library, which is the subconscious mind. And our library is kind of like the Akashic Records. And so we go in, open the door, turn on a light, go over to the shelf, get some books and movies and pictures, and then we'll go sit in the easy chair and we'll watch the movies, and look at the pictures and read the books. And there are times that we just reminisce and have a good time reminiscing with. And then there's times that we will also visit the ones that weren't too fun. And you say, well, I won't do that again. But we leave. We put everything away. We turn off the light. We shut the door. We move forward in life. And on occasion we revisit. But some of us will go there, and I don't believe it's conscious. I believe it's unconscious. And they'll stay there so long that they'll bring it into a future that doesn't exist. They'll bring the past into a future that doesn't exist. They'll create that future from that past, and they'll relive that past in that future. This is why a lot of people say no matter what we do, we always end up here. Now, we do go into the future, all of us will wander there, even though we're creating the future in the now. See, our destinies are drawn in sand, so they're not permanent. We can change our destinies anytime we choose. They're not etched in rock. They're drawn in sand. But we'll go into that kind of future because we're asking questions, because we want to know things. And we keep asking. And then we'll go to external authorities and we'll ask them, when is this going to happen for me? And when is that going to happen for me? Where do you see me in 3-4 years from now? You know? When am I going to have enough money to enjoy my life? When am I going to be healthy enough to enjoy my life? When am I going to meet my lifelong romantic partner? You know, when am I going to have these things, do these things? And then we rely on external authority to tell us. And then what happens when, you know, you're counting on what you were told and it doesn't happen? So you suffer. Those are the expectations and attachments to the information that you were given from an external authority. See, it's all about you going within, staying within, period. That's it in a nutshell. All about you, nobody else. It's all about you going within, making the decision to go within and stay within. Now, when we know that you, the God that you are, in that body is heaven. Heaven is not a place. That is a matrix trap. You are heaven. You are the kingdom of God. You are the God. And you're consciously aware, or you wouldn't be on this meditation. Consciously aware means that you know through your heart mind that you are of and from the highest of the highest high, the deepest deepest, and the purest of the purest, eternal love. So picture this planet. Every step that we take, we're heaven on earth. The soul, the God in the body is the heaven, the body is the earth. So every step we take, we're creating paradise. Literally. Not only that, we're shining our light. What is the light? The love that you are, the God that you are, which is the love that you're made from, gives off a light that is so bright, nothing comes close to it. And you see, you picture there's 8 billion of us roughly on this planet. Some asleep, some awake, to a certain extent. Shining our light, which is our love, the love that we are made of, and from, all over this planet, saturating it, permeating it, and flooding it, head to toe, inside and out. All life, the highest supreme value in the universe. We're doing it every day, every second, every microsecond, every atomic second, all the time, infinity and beyond. That doesn't include all of the other physical that gods that we are inhabit to experience them. So you could literally light this planet if everybody, when everybody is consciously aware. And it would be so blinding that light years away you would have to wear sunglasses. It is so bright. In the darkness of sacred space. Some of us, when we decide to leave the body, possibly in this lifetime, that we will know that we are the light, that we are the love. And why would we follow any light when we are the light? We are the love. We are free to go and do anything we choose to do as the gods that we are. The light that comes to you is the matrix trap. It will trap you and put you in an incessant reincarnation cycle. Eventually, we will all learn this as the gods that we are within these bodies. Take a starship off this planet, go out far enough so that the planet looks like a basketball. The whole entire planet glows. You'll notice that the lights around it in the universe pale in comparison. It'd be like a lit candle in a dark room. So a God planet paradise that glows. Picture that in your heart mind's motion picture. Now we have parts of ourselves we know that are asleep, parts of the gods that we are. Doesn't mean we don't love them. We deeply love them, just like we deeply love the parts of ourselves that are consciously aware, that are awake to a certain extent. Now the numbers are in the gigaplexes. One gigaplex fills this universe with not even 1 square inch of sacred space to spare. These are trillions of gigaplexes and trillions of different universes, all connected, all one. No separation. That's the illusion. This is the Archangels, the Cherubim, the Seraphim, the Archetypes. This is the Ascended Masters, Kuan Yin, Maitreya, Buddha, Lakshmi, Ganesh, Gaia, Saint Germain, Christ, El Moria, Abundantia, Pel, Thoth, Yahweh, Yeshua. This is all the inhabitants of inner earth, hollow earth, Agartha, and beneath her. To all of our loved ones that have ascended out of body in this lifetime and all lifetimes that we've inhabited. All the off-worlders, galactics, and celestials. All light energy beings. Speaking of light energy beings on this planet, because of the eyes that we have, we only see 1% of what is. So there's many others in different light spectrums that we don't see. Red, infrared, violet, ultraviolet, blue, ultra-blue, green, ultra-green. And they come in shapes, colors, sizes, forms, configurations that we don't see. But there is a group that that these bodies are very dependent on, partially, part of it. There's the fairies, the sprites, the elves, the gnomes, the dwarves, the trees, the trolls, the magics, the elementals, earth, air, water, fire, ether, wood, the mermaid, the dolphin, the whale, the pegasus, the unicorn, the centaur, and the minotaur. Now, you can ask your body that you're in any time, body, can you continue to support me, the God in this body, in you, without water, without fire, without earth, without air, without ether, without wood? No. We would be forced to leave these bodies. That's how reliant our bodies are on the elements. Now, the ascended masters, they have ascended into physical form. They have mastered physical form. They have ascended out of physical form. They hold pure consciousness God form. We have ascended into physical form. We are in the process of mastering physical form. We are creating our experiences to perfect our creation. The Archangels, cherubim, seraphim, archetypes. This is a civilization that vibrates at a different frequency than we do. Does not mean that the gods within them and the gods within us are separate or different. We're all one. Now, we meet with them. We have a crowd of people, and we can see them all in the crowd. We meet with them, though, because it's out of the clear blue, usually, and it's just a stranger conversation. It's not like we're even thinking, I'm talking to an angel. It doesn't even cross your mind until afterward. And then you say, that was an angel, and then you feel a little bliss. They're always appearing here and there, supporting us, embracing us, helping us, assisting. And they have a message. And the message is eons. And they've been presenting it to us through many lifetimes. Maybe they won't present it to us anymore when we finally get it. But the message is, isn't it absolutely magna, glorious, stupendous, spectacular to be alive in these bodies? And it is. It's just that all of us, we have amnesia. So we have no comparison. We don't know. We don't remember what it's like to be out of the body, right? Because we don't have a memory of it. Isn't that funny? Interesting. And we don't know what it's like in previous times to be in the body, to appreciate the body. So this is where we go into deep gratitude, and we're gentle, kind, and generous, and humble with ourselves to start exploring the journey within, which is endless. That we embrace these bodies with deep, deep, deep gratitude, and everything about them exactly as they are. Exactly as they are. Exactly. Because out of the body, some of us do remember what it's like to be out of the body. You don't eat. You don't sleep. Some people, that'd be great. Okay, right? You don't make love. You don't kiss. You don't hold hands. There's no romance. There's no sex. It's all gone. There's no having a tasty meal, breathing in the air on a sunny day, taking a walk in the park and looking at nature, driving, seeing through these eyes and these bodies, laughing, crying. Okay? We don't do any of that, nothing. We're a ball of super bright white light, pure energy, pure consciousness. So there is no comparison. It's the difference between the darkest night and the brightest day. Now, they can surround any one of us at any one time, and the tens of thousands or even tens of millions, because of their vibrational frequency, they can hold the large number in a small area. And ask them. Ask them. I'd like you all to surround me. And they'll do it. They'll be there in a second. You'll be in bliss. Now, the off-worlders, galactics, and celestials. Over 1,000 species, civilizations travel through the solar system every day. Trillions throughout the universes every day. We're familiar with a small group, Pleiadians, Sirians, Arcturians, Andromedans, feline, Zeta Reticuli, Anunnaki, Nords, Greys, Draco, Reptilian, Golden Pyramid, Albion. This particular group has been assisting us in our evolution, our bodies, our enlightenment, our ascension, freeing ourselves from our own self-imposed bondage and our own self-imposed slavery. Now, we know that all of us are gathered. There's no separation. It's just how we've been trained for tens of thousands of years without memory. We're one. All of us, no matter where we're at, no matter what we are inhabiting to experience, we're one. Pleiadians, Sirians, Arcturians, Andromedans, all of them, Anunnaki, we're all one. It's just a different physical vessel that we inhabit to experience. And we're always teaching each other, learning from each other. We're in full compassion, non-judgment, non-ego, non-negativity, stillness of mind, gentleness, kindness, generosity, and humbleness, bliss, joy, peace, tranquility, benevolence, prosperity, abundance. And we're all one. And we're all God. And we're all love. And our God, force, love, light, energy is all that there is, ever has been, ever will be, ever beyond, and forever. Continues to grow, intensify, and expand. We immediately form a massive circle of white fire light around the equator of this planet Earth, Gaia, Arya, and the snow. This white fire light emanates from the God within these bodies. the pure, deep, eternal love. This is the highest of the highest high frequency. And it's saturating this planet. 24/7, infinity and beyond. All life, the highest supreme value in the universe. It's saturating the planet. There's no escape of lower dark matter, survival matter frequencies anywhere. It is the most thorough of thorougghs of expulsion and elimination of lower dark matter, survival matter frequencies from any planet, for that matter. We begin to ascend above this planet, and as we do, understand that this light grays out the darkness of sacred space, and it would take 1,000 billion suns to even come close to it. We come into full contact with an ocean of glitter. Now, it wouldn't be like an ocean of glitter on this planet that we would see. It's far beyond that. So we try to describe it with what we know on this planet. And we from what we've done or have, and so we take a grand finale magnificent fireworks display, and we take a grand finale magnificent laser light show, and then we take a ballroom globe that reflects all light everywhere. It just saturates it everywhere in reflection. But this one is a trillion times larger and a trillion times more intense. So if you were to combine all of these in one massive crescendo, going off together all at once, it would come close to describing this ocean of glitter. Because the ocean of glitter is us. It's every single one of us, everywhere, every place, infinity and beyond. And so we're curious, so we'll go to the reflective points. As we do, we discover these tiny little microscopic mirrors, perfectly etched. We enter them, and we discover that all of us, everywhere and nowhere, are learning and teaching and learning from each other, with each other, all the time, infinity and beyond. You look at a deer in quiet and relaxed state, and you say, I wonder what it would be like to be in that deer. And for a moment, you will know what it would be like to be in that deer. Your God and that body of that deer. Same with a rock. Same with a bug. A tree. We were told that trees are light. God is light. Everywhere. Inhabits everything. The tree, the God enters the tree. The tree's functions come online just like when we enter these bodies. And then so the tree sustains the God within the tree so that the God can experience the tree. It's all about experiencing everything. You see, we've been trained for so darn long that we aren't doing that. We're looking outside of ourselves. Is it a bad thing? No. But it's time for us, as the gods that we are, to go within and begin the waking. Begin the waking by going within and staying within. Not saying it's a real easy thing to do. You don't do it in a matter of a couple of days. But everybody knows on this, everybody that's on this meditation, on and off world, know how to do it. It's just doing it, making the choice to do it, to engage it. We're immediately met with the emerald green flaming healing light of Archangel Raphael. This is a column of light that we created to remind us all, the gods that we are within these bodies, that we are the power of healing. We are then met with the violet, blue, purple flaming light of Archangel Michael. This is a column of light that we created to remind us all, the gods that we are within these bodies, of our omnipotent power, strength, and resolve. We're then met with the white fire. This is a column of light that we created to remind us all that we, from head to toe, inside and out, are protected permanently infinity and beyond. This white light, this fire light, this armor that we have, nothing like the armor on this planet, white fire light armor, emanates from the gods that we are within these bodies, made of and from pure love, the highest vibrational frequency, period. So when lower dark matter or survival matter frequencies try to invade, they'll vaporize. They can't. They know it. They stay away. Always protected. Yet, only you have the power that if you decide to lower your vibrational frequencies low enough, whether consciously or unconsciously, through hatred, anger, greed, fear, worry, stress, envy, hurriedness, revenge, dishonesty, manipulation, you will create a breach in your white fire armor, enough so to allow lower dark matter, survival matter frequencies to come flooding in. Then there are the possibilities of demon possession and attachments and other things. Now, if you do decide to do this, you're immediately met with a double column of light. First part of this column we created to remind us all that the purple transmuting flame, which is the first part of this column of light, we can bring in, we can transmute all these lower dark matter, survival matter frequencies into neutral light substance, sending them to pure consciousness where they are no more. Then we're met with the second part of this column of light, the violet ray. We created this part of the column of light to remind us all that we can bring in the violet ray, we can cleanse and purify the area where these lower dark matter, survival matter frequencies were, sealing the breach in our white fire armor, restoring our vibrational harmony to the highest of the highest high, deepest of the deepest deepest, purest of the purest purest, eternal love, gratitude, and peace. We are then met with the golden light, pink light. This is a column of light that we created, the gods that we are within these bodies, to remind us all that we are the sun, the sunlight, the rainbow, the rain. We are the sunsets and the sun rises. We're the clouds and the skies. We're the oceans, the rivers, the lakes, the streams. We are the forest, the trees, the soils, the animals, the mountains, everything. Everything is us, and we're everything. So the next time you see any of this, a starlit night sky, a rainbow, a sunset or a sunrise, an ocean front or a mountain view, it is you. It is the God that you are. That is the God that I am, through the heart-mind. Whenever you see any of this, we were taught a separation. So when we see it, we say it's beautiful. And it is, because it's you. You see that sunset? That is the God that I am. Through the heart-mind, not the head. You see an ocean front? That is the God that I am. You see a tree? That is the God that I am. We continue to ascend above the planet. Some of us who are carrying physical form decide to step outside our physical form and hover effortlessly above it. The reason we do this is because it's fun and we can. We come into full contact with this massive crystalline light tower. We created this tower. It's larger than the solar system and beyond. We notice we're completely, that the center of the column, we see this massive oblong sphere. In the center of the sphere, we see this golden white bowl of light. In turn, it is surrounded by numerous multicolored rings of light that seem to go to infinity and beyond. This creates a super bright, sparkling, reflective, super bright white light cloud. It immediately is absorbed into our heart-mind, right through our chest, right through our heart. And it is like a warm embrace that never ends. We discover that the golden white bowl of light is the highest of the highest high, the deepest of the deepest deepest, and the purest of the purest purest, eternal love. Then comes well-being, gratitude, gentleness, kindness, generosity, humbleness, bliss, peace, joy, tranquility, benevolence, massive prosperity, and massive abundance. And we discover that all of that is a reflection of the gods that we are in these bodies. Now, we designed the top of this crystalline light tower so that the golden ocean could come cascading down 360 degrees, 24/7, infinity and beyond. What is the golden ocean? It is the highest of the highest high, deepest of the deepest deepest, purest of the purest purest, eternal love. And it is flooding this planet, saturating it, permeating it, head to toe, inside and out, above and below, 24/7, infinity and beyond. We are drops of this golden ocean. We also hold the essence of this golden ocean. Golden ocean is drops of the golden ocean. The only illusion is separation. We see our meditative sphere. It's at center circle. We all created this sphere over 4 years ago, every day, 7 days a week, sometimes twice a day. It holds over 1,800 of those meditations in perpetual motion. These meditations continue to grow, intensify, and expand. That's why this sphere can be seen, heard, and felt, and all that there is, ever has been, ever will be, ever beyond, and forever. And all those meditations, all those intents, hundreds of millions of us on and off world, literally saturating and permeating and flooding this planet with the purest, deepest, highest eternal love. There is no escape for any of these lower dark matter, survival matter frequencies. You can picture it to your heart, mind at any time in silence and peace, as you see this black vapor rising and literally leaving the planet and becoming no more. You see it all over. You walk down the street and see it evaporating. It's an evaporation process. And this is a black that you have never, ever, ever seen before. Now, you can enter this sphere. You can tap into it anytime in silence in the now, whenever you choose. Enlightenment comes like a bolt of lightning, yet can trickle throughout your life like a slow, soothing stream. Investigate today how you casually react to people. Notice if you generally have a protective hardness, lightness, resistance, friendliness, defensiveness, pushiness, or perhaps a needy energy. Watch what typical reaction you have with others and don't change it. Let it change into something else on its own. Be patient with it. Ask it questions that might unravel its past. Don't be attached to what comes about. Simply drop into it profoundly. Choose to be in your heart of your programming deeply, and let the self-realization come out of it. This is the only thing that will stop the habits and is how you will evolve quickly in your consciousness. I'll join you in the meditation, and I'll return to close this out. easy breath in through the nose, and an easy breath out through the mouth. Be very still. You know you're an awakening being. You know that you are an awakening being when in the midst of chaos and suffering, you are completely at ease. To arrive at this divine destination, sometime today for 30 minutes, meditate on a vast space of nothingness all around you. Do this in complete silence. Just imagine that you are somewhere way out in the universe, and for billions of miles in all directions, there is emptiness. Put on an eye mask and earplugs if necessary, so you don't see or hear anything. This spacious space is always available inside you. If you truly want to awaken the spiritual experience in your life, I invite you to dive into the spacious silent place for as long as you can today. Take this with you for the rest of the day and the morning and night and the following day. And we will return here Tuesday, March 22nd, 2022, 3 p.m. Eastern to continue our global guided meditation call. And we will have our Time for Change call this Wednesday at 9 and our Reverse Aging Health call this Friday at 9.